officers all around your house.
Blue unit's gonna get into position.
I need some cover here, Donnie. Smoke the door. We got a fire. This will be our next customer right here.
Please, freeze!
They decide to hurt themselves.
Well, I want to see a search warrant.
You're not going to, because there isn't one.
Why you stopped me?
I mean, you drove up to it. You crashed.
Right now, you're under arrest for being an idiot, okay?
Mind, we don't need to be on the news.
Most people that we're dealing with tonight are like yourself. You're very pro-police.
This program contains actual police footage. No reporters, no recreations.
This call that we're going to now is a call where a person was in her residence and the neighbor came after her. The neighbor appears to have freaked out, whatever that's supposed to mean. She fled the residence to a safe place and has called us to go in and see if he's there. This type of call, you don't know who you're dealing with, somebody that's spaced out on drugs or whether it's just somebody got a little over anxious with somebody.
He seems to be off his head.
And you live at?
433, just
433.
the house on that side, and the man lives in the house next to
Okay.
it.
Do you have your keys?
Tiana, come here.
Could we have them, please?
I think he broke the front door down.
Yeah, okay, we'll go and check.
Dale.
Are you Dale?
21.
Dale.
Here, 21.
Got him.
Hold on. I got it. He's free.
Yep.
Slow down, Dale. Put your hands behind your back. Can you get them?
Nope.
Do I have to put them out?
Yep, you'll have to put them out.
Oh, Christ.
Got him?
No, not out. Slow down, Dale.
Okay.
Put your hands behind your back, Dale.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, he is.
Keep locking. Put your hands behind your back, Dale. Yeah. I'm not gonna let go of
I got one.
Dale, put your hands behind your back. Behind your back. Done? Just let me know.
Done.
Done?
Yeah. It's over there.
Where?
Behind you. Do you want to go get the hog tie?
That's a good. You okay?
Yeah. Go. Just stay, Dale. Don't move. What the hell's all this about, Dale? Huh? 60-13-1. 60-13-1 in custody.
How do these go on?
Here, I'll do it. I'll do it. You get him. Yeah, I'll need one more.
Copy that, 21 minus 3.
Okay? Okay. Just take her easy, okay?
I'm just going to take a quick look over here and see what we got. We have one subject in custody here. He's obviously done a number of bits of damage. Broke the front window, broke some pots.
20, go ahead.
Everything all right there?
He didn't gain entry,
Stuff we can handle.
but has done a bit of damage. He's obviously either been drinking or is on something due to his extra strength. So what we'll do is we'll probably prepare charges and try and get him to a JP and see if we can get a restraining order to keep him away from the lady, and see about pursuing a mischief charge on the damage to the door. There won't be a charge of resist arrest because of his state. What have you been taking today, Dale?
Pardon me?
What have you been taking today?
22 and 5. Can I have you then head up to
Alcohol or are we on
the cut in the
bit
middle
of booze?
lane?
Anything else? No? What kind of booze were you drinking?
Well, just your typical whatever, anyway.
Well, was it beer? Was it wine?
Oh, they're both.
Bit of both. Okay.
Nothing major, you know.
How come you picked on this lady? Just no reason?
Well, this woman is, the warden here.
What's that?
I say, who's the warden?
Warden.
Yeah, who am I looking at here?
Oh, I'm Constable Underhill.
Yeah, I know it. Who's the broad here?
There's no broad here.
Dale.
Okay, you're under arrest for mischief. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. You have the right to retain and instruct counsel without delay. If you need a lawyer and cannot afford one, I can provide you a list of legal aid duty lawyers available to explain the legal aid duty plan to you and to provide you counsel. Do you understand that?
Basically, I guess, yeah.
Okay. And you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything to me. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that?
I suppose so.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Okay, so what have I
The
said?
particulars, but...
Okay, Dale, what have I said to you?
Oh, that I've got my rights and whatnot. And,
You ever had any dealings with the police before?
not that I recall.
Okay. If we take this hog tie off, will you walk up to my car without trouble?
Oh, I'm not about to raise shit.
Well, you just did. So
Well,
you settle down now?
yes, sir.
Constable Walton will be taking him into the office and booking him under mischief charges. And we're going to take a statement off the lady and take some pictures of the damage. There's that plate too. Pushed both of them through.
Well, that's how he broke the window. He took the other plate down, because that one was there, and then he must have broke the window with the second one.
To the outside window?
He was in the house. There's blood on the chair. Look.
Oh yeah, he was.
How did he get in? That door must be broken. That's not my blood. My hands are not cut.
No, he was inside.
That lock must be gone.
No, it's fine. We tried it earlier. Maybe we'll just take a look through.
Why are you coming the back door? Because I left the back door open, right?
Oh, well, that's what he did.
His blood marks even all the way down. He was wrecking the house. I told you he was in here. This dishwasher wasn't here.
Okay.
Like this dishwasher, well, he's wrecked this. He's wrecked through the pots around. Like, that's...
He's charged with break and enter now instead of just mischief.
He's been in so much trouble and had so many drug charges in a while. He's had drunken driving.
Has he?
He doesn't need, of course he has.
Okay.
He doesn't need any trouble in his hands. He's had enough over the years.
He's got more now.
I mean, if I had something to do with him, if he had something personally against me, like I have nothing to do with this man, I don't know him, really, and I mean, to just, why can't he be busy doing something else, something constructive and...
Well, they usually want to do something destructive when they get going, as they did this time.
He needs attention, obviously, right? You know, he needs attention, but I'm not here. I'm not his mother. I'm not here to give him attention.
We can probably secure this for the night just with some wood, a piece of plywood and some nails. For now. And I'll be right back with with a form for you to write out your statement on. Our victim in this case was obviously traumatized. She couldn't understand why anybody, especially her neighbor, would do something like this to her and against her property and herself. She definitely needs some assistance, and what we will do in this case, we have our police counselors and victims assistance people who will be speaking with her probably tomorrow morning or early Monday morning to try and help her resolve what's happened to her and understand a little bit more about what happened.
Our main job down here is to walk the Granville Mall beat. That's what it's called through the department. Our area goes from the water, 1300, 1400 block of Granville, all the way down to the water down the other end. It's a very small area, but in this area during the day you might have 200,000 people down here. And at nighttime you have most of the better style of nightclub down here as well. The manpower down here is such that there's enough just to cover it, but in the summertime it gets quite crazy down here. Lots of people like to come down here, have a good time, and then leave and go home. A lot of the problems down here aren't so much caused by the people that live here, but the people that come through. Okay, where we are, one of the arcades down on Granville Street. Right now we're in the X-rated video portion of the arcade. As you notice, if you look inside, you'll see toilet paper bunched up on the floor. There's also the steel plate that's on the wall. It's commonly referred as a glory hole. These cubicles are connected together and drugs pass in between them, and sexual favors are often done also in between the cubicles. And you also get people coming in here 2 at a time. These booths are only meant to hold 1 at a time. But you'll catch 2 people in here doing their thing. Here's another one, looking at the state of the booths, just to show you how bad these places are kept up.
Right now you're under investigation, possession of stolen property. Do you understand? Mr. Kennedy, do you understand?
I understand.
Okay, you have the right to retain and instruct counsel without delay. You're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that, Mr. Kennedy?
Well, what's that?
You also have the right to a free duty counsel. Do you understand?
Is that right?
If you don't have a lawyer, you can call a free duty lawyer. Do you understand that, Mr. Kennedy?
For what?
Do you understand? Possession of stolen property. Do you want to call a lawyer? Do you want to call a lawyer, Mr. Kennedy? Do you want to call a lawyer?
Yeah, I'll call one.
Okay. Okay, I believe this to be stolen, and I'm asking you for a reasonable explanation how this got into your possession.
I just picked it up in the alley.
Just picked it up in the alley?
I'm binning. I picked it up in the alley.
Can you log us to PSP?
I was binning and I picked it up.
I'll be in the 1,000 block room.
You binned it?
Yeah.
Which bin?
Just down, I don't know, Helmsley Street, and I don't know what the streets were. And the bin, I just binned it, man. I picked it up, and so I grabbed it. You usually get pieces or a little spider.
Somebody's negative.
10-4. You cleared up all your charges?
Oh, yeah.
You haven't
No,
got
I
any
got
more?
one more. I got one more, February 9th.
And what's that?
Just a theft under.
Just a theft under. From doing the same thing?
No, not at all, not at all.
Which room are you staying in?
80.
80. And you're paid up till when?
Till the end of the month.
End of the month. Okay, Mr. Kennedy. Fine and dandy. I'm going to seize this right now. And if I can locate the owner of this bag, then I'm proceeding with charges against you. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And if I can't, then you can come down and claim it at 312 Main Street.
Wouldn't know.
Okay?
Because I just found it out of the bin.
Okay.
It's up to you guys.
Okay, then. On your way.
Wouldn't know.
Okay.
Is there no other tag?
No, there's not. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. So it's come from some either display case on one of the stores out here.
Store in here's a tag on here.
608 Grandma. Well, we'll head down there.
That's the liquidator place.
Okay. We'll go down there and then talk to him. I mean, he's been living here for the last 4 months, so I know him. I know where we can locate him. Talk to me. Who did you pay the room for?
I paid the room $10.
Which room? Which room?
For me and my brother.
Your brother. You're staying with Robert?
That's right.
Okay. I just asked that gentleman. He says no, you didn't pay anything for this room.
No, yes.
Don't. Keep your hands down. Okay. Well, right now, you're not supposed to be here.
No. Well,
so what we're going to do is, you're going to give you the option of you going down the stairs and leaving, or what I'll do is I'll arrest you. Do you understand?
So arrest me for what?
State intoxication in a public place, for one reason. This gentleman's told you to leave, refusing to leave at an establishment. Okay, I'll charge you with assault by trespass. Do you understand?
No trespassing charges here.
Okay, you have two. What's your options? Are you going to leave, or are you going to stay?
I'm staying.
Okay, you're under arrest then. Turn around. I haven't got my cuffs with me. State intoxication in the public place there, young man. Were you in a bit of fight there?
So we go up to that
Sean.
Good one, the good detox.
Yeah, you go to the good detox.
So, which one?
You get the one on Great Northern Way.
Okay, right now.
That's right on.
Mr. Kennedy here is the brother of the other Mr. Kennedy that my partner is just told he was under investigation for possession of stolen property. These two always travel together, so I'm sure he was with him at the same time.
That's right.
Well, your brother said he found it in the laneway. He said it was his.
Yeah. Well, it's mine.
It's your bag now.
Yes, it is.
So you're telling me this stolen bag belongs to you?
That ain't a stolen bag. It's mine.
Where did you get it?
I f***ing got it.
Where?
Where? I found it in the alley.
Which alley?
I can't remember.
You paid all your
But
fines?
that's mine anyways.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I don't believe you. You're too intoxicated.
Well, it is.
No? You're too intoxicated, Sean. Best place for you tonight is at detox. And if you act up, you'll go to the jail.
You can't charge nobody for that because that's mine. If you're going to charge anybody, you better charge me for it.
You can go to court and say that because your brother said it was his.
Well, yeah, you charging him for it?
Yep.
Well, no, because I stole it. I stole it. So
You stole
better
it?
charge me.
Where did you
That's
steal
right.
it from?
That's right, I stole it.
Where from?
I stole it down the street there.
Where down the street?
No, it was off a rack on Granville Street. That's
It
where I
was?
stole it. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, in you go.
Can I get my bag?
Yeah, we'll give it to the wagon driver for you. All right?
To the back.
There are a few people here tonight who we totally respect, and they're in uniform. So every single one of you here should learn to respect them too.
To serve and protect.
Yeah!
Thank you, gentlemen.
Where is everybody?
Now we're on our way to a call to back up another member he's got a vehicle stopped right now. Originally it wasn't stopping for him. It was apparently traveling along on 3 wheels. So we're gonna go see what he's got there, possibly a stolen vehicle. What happened here?
How much has he had?
How
much has he had to drink?
No, we haven't had anything. Whereabouts you guys coming from?
We were just coming from home. We had to go visit a friend. We were coming home. The tire got flat, so we thought we could just drive it home.
You got the keys?
The keys are in the ignition.
The keys apparently aren't in the ignition, so if you've got them, I'd like to see them.
Hang on a second.
No, just stay in the car, okay? How much have you had to drink tonight?
Not very many. I had about 3.
About 3?
But that was several hours ago.
Okay, whereabouts were you drinking? Put your foot back in the car.
Had a couple of beers at home, and I just lived down the street here.
Okay, as you can see here, the the wheel on this vehicle is missing the tire. Apparently, the driver said he had a few drinks earlier tonight, and as he was driving home, the tire went flat, and he decided that because he lived so close to this location, he would drive it home anyway. He went through a couple red lights in the process, and then ended up slamming into the telephone pole here.
This is our anniversary.
It's your anniversary?
Champagne home waiting for us. Oh, God.
Okay. Whereabouts were you before this tonight?
We were at home. My friend called. They wanted us to come over and visit with them first and then come home.
Okay.
We couldn't find their house, and then all of a sudden the tire went flat. We couldn't find the service station on the way home.
Okay, where did you leave the tire, though?
The tire's probably not on the rim anymore.
No, it certainly isn't. How long's the tire been missing from the car?
I don't really know exactly.
Okay, where did...
Cheeks, not bruises. I gotta go to work on Saturday.
Where did you drive from tonight? Whereabouts were you earlier?
We were trying to get over into Delta, and we got into all these crescents and stuff, so finally we decided just to come home.
Okay, but where were you before you went into Delta?
At home. We were at home.
Okay.
And I had 2 sips out of my champagne. I don't think he even had 1.
Okay. Well, right now he's under investigation for impaired driving, okay? So he's going to be going with this officer here, and we're going to get the vehicle towed, and you'll have to find a way home, all right? We can call you a cab. After this male was brought out of the vehicle to be searched, this officer here noticed that he had dropped something from one of his pockets, and subsequently we found out it looks like it's some sort of a drug, probably cocaine or heroin at this point. Just try to get it unwrapped here. But we'll be also taking him in he's now under arrest actually as well for possession of a narcotic, as well as the impaired driving charge. And there's what we got off of him tonight. There's 2 other packages as well, so we'll be sending this off to the lab to get analyzed to confirm whether it is in fact a narcotic. What we've got here, this officer just located a book in this fellow's car. It looks like it's possibly score sheets from drug dealing. He's got a number of names listed as well as quantities and prices beside them. So it's quite possible that with the amount of drugs that were found on him and the way they were packaged, that he could be into dealing. So we'll also be seizing this as evidence right now. You tried to pull him over and he ran on you, or
Actually,
what?
When I first saw him, he was just coming around the corner at 100 and 144. He had gone past the intersection. He started to back up, and that's when I saw that the tire was off the rim because there were sparks flying off on the road. Then he made a left-hand turn onto 144 and started heading north on 144. He went by me, looked at me, and kept going. And I was doing another accident at that time. Made a U-turn, went after him. As soon as I turned the lights on, he more or less just floored it, and he was gone. He ran the intersections, the red lights at both intersections coming here, and well, this is what happened actually.
So he was trying to make his 3-wheeled getaway, was he?
Yeah.
And then he hit the pole?
Because I was trying to stop for the red lights all the time.
Yeah.
He was actually got quite a bit ahead of me at the last one because there's traffic coming in the other direction. And he was parked here when I came around the corner.
Yeah, I asked his girlfriend there what they were doing. She said, well, we lost a tire, so we thought we'd try to get home on 3, and we thought if we did it a little quicker, we'd get there faster.
Yeah, well, they're trying to do it a lot quicker, that's for sure.
They're walking back towards the original little mall in there. It's the Kalmar Mall. They're just by the subway.
The officer we have in the unmarked police vehicle has now spotted 2 fellows out on foot, and they're casing out closed stores. And they're looking in the windows and shaking the doors, taking a look around. So what we have is vehicles on the perimeter, both north, south, east, and west, holding the area. And we're just leaving the 1 vehicle in to watch what happens, and we can respond quickly or catch them as they're leaving the area.
Going around with something there. I think they're stealing something at the gas station. Copy.
Copy. Looks like they're stealing something in the station.
I can't tell, though. I'm on the wrong side of the station. VCB.
Copy, VCB. Maybe let them get into the vehicle, Derek, and that way we'll get a no insurance as well.
10-4. I'm going to go back to my car and take a spin by again.
Copy.
Okay, they're crouched down inside the pop machine and oil racks. There's a big rack there they're trying to get.
Okay, right now the individuals are trying to steal an oil rack at a local gas station just down the intersection of 128 and 96.
I really can't get anywhere where I can get it on foot and get a good eye, guys. Derek, you want me to come up from behind the mall and walk through the breezeway? Do you have your binoculars? You betcha. Okay, they should be in the wheels now. I think I hear it starting up. Okay, it's in gear. All vehicles go to north dispatch, north dispatch. Come back to 128. There.
Get out of the car, put your hands up. Put your hands up on the dash right now. Turn around and put them on the top of the car. Put them on the top of the car. Okay, you're both under arrest for theft. Put them on top of the car. Okay? You're both under arrest for theft. Do you understand that? Do you understand? Okay. Hands. Okay. Somebody want to let North know we've got him? You're also under arrest for driving with no insurance, okay? Do you understand that? Okay. Any weapons on you, anything else like that? Okay, I'm gonna have you sit in my car until we sort this out, okay?
Cook from Daly.
Oh, they have a scanner.
These guys are working off a scanner.
Does he get a name off him yet? This one's
Delta 17, isn't he?
Constable Warren from Bravo over Delta 6.
Go ahead.
Scanner.
Derek, in case you're not aware, these guys had a scanner in the car.
The 2 suspects were witnessed by our officers as to be dragging this cage full of oil cans off its stand over into the corner and then kicking down the roof of the cage. And by pushing it down, they were able to slip the oil containers out, and they placed them in behind. By putting them in behind out of the sight of passing vehicles, they were then able to return and fill up their vehicle, personal vehicle, with the stolen oil. They were, however, intercepted by us prior to being able to pick up the oil, as we had already seen them commit the theft, which is removing them from the cage and taking them, converting them over to their own
possession.
On our way to Slash Wrist at the Burnaby Hotel. All we know is that there's a guy down in one of the rooms, and we've got an ambulance and fire on the way. Okay, it looks like ambulance and fire are already there. Hi. How's it going? How's it going? Not bad. Oh my God. Why'd they send me?
We can't seem to determine where the blood came from because there's spots there and there's spots in the bathroom and there's...
I'll go check the pub in there.
Norma, was he down drinking with you guys?
No.
No? So he's been up here or?
Yeah.
Did you know that he was showing up here tonight?
He's been here all day.
He's been here all day? Okay.
I'll go check the pub here in a minute just to... Howdy, boys. How's it going? Good. Hi, Bruce.
Hi, John.
How are you?
Not bad.
Do you know what happened over there at all?
Oh, they had the old girl in that room. Had too many boyfriends again.
Oh, that's, yeah.
The little lady.
Yeah.
And she was sent out here for a long time ago. And she wanted me to get rid of one of her boyfriends for her.
Okay.
And I said I would if the rest of the people disappeared on. If the rest of the gang left,
yeah,
I would. Oh, yeah. Anything else you guys need? No. Oh, okay. Thanks, guys. And apparently they broke a glass and he cut himself.
Window's broken, but it wasn't there because there's no blood. Yeah, there's no blood there at all. He doesn't remember a thing?
No, he doesn't. Norma, this is your room. Yeah. Is this one of your boyfriends?
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. How long has he been staying with you?
Just this afternoon.
Just this afternoon? Oh, yeah. Okay, you didn't see anybody stab him, eh? No?
No, honest.
Why don't you get in out of the rain here?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Not a bad idea at all. You didn't see anybody stab him or anything, though, did you?
No.
Huh?
No, I was downstairs, actually.
Were you in the pub, were you?
Yeah.
Having coffee, right?
Yeah, black one, too.
Yeah.
They wouldn't give me anything else.
That's what I hear.
Oh.
Basically, what we've got here is came in as somebody slashed their wrist, but it looks like a guy cut himself on a glass.
In a couple days, John. Hey, sweetie. No, I don't want to go for this. Whoever was coming.
You don't want to go to the hospital, Norma?
No.
Okay, well, you don't have to go anywhere you don't want to go.
Yeah. I'll have to go for myself.
Yeah, we're just checking to make sure that this wasn't a stabbing. That's basically what we're doing here.
Will you be required there?
Go again?
Will you be required there, or can you clear for call?
Yeah, stand by. I'm just going to update a Nick here, and we'll clear. She owns the room, right? Or she rents the room?
Yeah, he lives on 19.
Yeah, he's a boyfriend of hers.
Yeah.
Okay, she's in the pub. He's in the room here by himself. And I don't know. The bar manager said like nobody stabbed him or anything like that. He's fallen or he's cut himself on some glass or something. I don't know what you got in here for evidence.
That's you see there. That's where probably where he cut himself.
Well, here's.
Outside. And he comes in, and then heads to the bathroom.
To her bed, yeah.
Northside guys tried to pull over a vehicle and it wouldn't stop for them and started accelerating away. I could tell it was a female driver. As we were pursuing her, she was throwing alcohol and stuff out the window. And now they've got her stopped at Bainbridge and Lougheed, and we're just gonna tend up at the scene there and see what was happening. Well, it looks like somebody boxed her in there, and they've called for the tow truck to come and move the car, it looks like. Where'd you pick her up at?
Oh, it was a hit and run call.
Oh.
From Vancouver.
Oh, and you were following her?
Dumping booze out and left, right, and center.
Where's she?
She's lying in the back now.
So, Aubrey, what happened? Where'd you guys pick up the chase?
Well, I joined the chase from by just
east of Boundary, right here, and she tried to run from us, and we eventually stopped her here at the Bainbridge in Lougheed. That's it.
Was she dumping booze out of the...
It appears she was dumping something from the 2-liter bottle here. Right now you can see it's empty. It smells like there was something else other than popping in the bottles.
She's gone underneath something to...
Something besides that vehicle up here.
It's blue paint. I think...
Well, that's blue. It's blue car. Yeah.
But here it's like blue paint on here, but up here it's like gray and red. There's red there? No, I don't know if that's from this coming down.
On this side here, it looks like this definitely happened tonight. You can see this is fresh.
Yeah.
This is definitely fresh.
Yeah, a light wouldn't last that long if she was driving around in the rain.
Not much she could.
Hit something solid to buckle it like that. What happened was the gentleman in the car had parked at the side of the road there was on his cellular phone calling Vancouver saying he'd been hit from behind by this woman, or this driver of this vehicle, and he was calling in to report it, and he was following the driver. And then we got the report, and we're just, one of the units was coming up on Boundary at Lougheed, and saw the vehicle, tried to pull the vehicle over, and didn't stop and kept accelerating. So another unit came in behind, and two of them pursued her up to Bainbridge and Lougheed. And during the time of the chase, she was pouring contents from a bottle out onto the road. Out the window of her car. So they basically got to this point. One of the members in the chase moved up to block her off. She tried to get by him, moved a little ahead, managed to get her stopped here, and she's been arrested, and she's going to be taken back for a breathalyzer. And an accident report's going to be done up for the accident here.
Well, my country of origin is the Philippines. Came over here in 1980. I was almost 20 years old, and I continued my education here. I went to university and pursued a degree in criminology, and I applied to the RCMP, hoping to get into police work and later on into some of the specialized sections that they have. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to be spending the next few years paying the dues, working the streets, and hopefully I gain enough experience to move on. The nice thing about the RCMP is there's so many different sections that you could get involved in. You never really get quite bored doing it. Constable Mann is attending a scene of a vehicle fire. And it seems to be a chronic problem that we have. Stolen cars are being left on the side of the road and set ablaze. Yeah, it looks like it may be a stolen vehicle. You normally don't set the car ablaze just by running it off the ditch. And it's fairly intensively burned. You take a look around, that most of everything is gone except for the metal that'll only melt at the highest of temperature. There's basically only the frame left. It's hard to determine at this point as to whether some of the seats or some of the materials were actually removed from the vehicle, what was stolen. We seem to be coming upon this more and more often nowadays. Still fairly warm. It's like a Volkswagen Golf. Let's just inquire with Constable Mann as to what he's determined thus far. Morning. Looks like we have another one.
there's flames everywhere, like 10 feet, and the branches and the trees were starting to burn over there too. So the first thing, I just called fire to get them to come out here. And I was lucky enough to get the license plate off the front. And it hasn't been reported stolen, so it's possible it's been stolen overnight and just dumped here. People that live across over here said that they seen somebody, or they heard somebody come over to their house and knock on the door. When they went and checked outside, there was nobody around. So they went and they checked this vehicle here, and obviously it was on fire, so they called the fire base also. And that's where it's at. There's nobody around here. It's probably your typical vehicle that's been dumped and burnt after it's been stolen and driven all night long. There's no doubt it's been stolen.
Yeah, it seemed fairly intact to me. It looks like they burnt it while the whole car was there. I mean, it had some high-priced alloy wheels still on it. So chances that they probably just took it out for a joyride.
Well, that's what it is, more or less. Because when I got here, it was all up in flames. And the license plate was on there. The license plate isn't on there now. And so there's no doubt that they had just started to burn this with probably accelerant. They're always doing that, so there's no evidence left behind for us to examine, so we can't put them to the vehicle there.
I don't know what it is with the subculture of children today. It seems to be an influence of the media one way or the other. But they all seem to think that it's okay to steal cars, and I've often heard people like these kids brag about it when they get caught. Look at that, look at the destruction that it causes. Not to mention the cost to both yourself and myself when it comes to reinsuring your vehicle. No matter how efficient the insurance industry gets, when you start a pattern like this, you can't help but escalate the prices of your yearly premiums. It's not worth it.
He's been accelerating through all lights, doing lots of lane changes, driving like a real idiot. If he ever pulls over, we'll speak to him and he'll be getting a few pieces of paper.
Charlie 9. You ran a name, so you can get a DL number for me?
Hi there, City Police.
Yeah?
Turn it off and show me your driver's license.
What's the matter?
You're driving like a fool.
No way.
Well, we'll prove it in court, okay? You show me your driver's license and we'll deal with it later.
What do you mean?
Want to take the helmet off, please?
Yeah. What a look.
Were you watching this gentleman drive?
Where?
I didn't know he was going to stop for you.
That was a pretty good driver, I thought.
What's the speed limit in Vancouver?
Hey, I was obeying the lights and everything. I can't be going that fast.
What's the speed limit?
50.
Were you doing 50?
Yeah. Oh, so I was taking off sometimes every once in a while, but I mean, gee whiz, I'm only going from light to light. I mean, it's not like I was going through lights or anything.
It's funny how people can put reason. Yeah, it's okay
well,
to speed. The laws are there just for...
I wasn't speeding. I was going from light to light. That's it.
Let's see the papers. Getting a ticket for speeding in municipality and for failing to signal those lane changes. He was driving like a real fool, zigzagging in front of traffic, so he'll be spending $185 to keep his license. Okay, it's a ticket for speeding and for failing to signal your lane change.
Oh, really?
You're on a bike. You're going to get smacked by a truck or something. People can't get out of your way when you're driving like a fool. Yeah. And you can't react fast enough. So you're going to be a little bit of smear of red on the road surface, and I'm going to have to do a lot of paperwork. Okay? So slow down. If you want to dispute the ticket, the instructions are on the back of the ticket.
All right, see you later.
Yep.
Mom, other than this, I'm being good, okay?
Oh, it's only $185. It's only money, right?